Taking the lead, Cassie steps in front and directs the group to the second door. As you reach it, you see that it is about a 10-foot wide hole. It maybe reaches 6 feet tall. It's very low. It's tall enough for an average human to walk through, but it is too short for the taller races to make it through.
Like
She's
tall
6'1".
humans.
Okay,
So
so
she's gonna have to bend.
you're gonna have to bend your head a little bit.
She's gonna have to crawl.
Yeah. Sticky tall peoples.
This little hallway is also covered in that thick moss. It's really, really moist in here. You can smell a strange metallic thing on the air. You're not sure what it is. It doesn't smell pleasant. You walk further in, and as you do, you see that it opens up ahead to a longer rectangular shape with a raised platform in the very back of the room. This room is lit with 3 torches, 2 on either side, 1 in the back, and you can see that it looks to be a training room. You see training dummies on either side of the room, racks where they would keep weapons on the 2 sides of the entryway, and on the raised platform are different levels of archery bullseyes.
You said racks where they would keep weapons.
Right.
There are no weapons.
There are no weapons on the racks.
Danger.
In the room, you see 4 dragonoid creatures messing with the training equipment.
Do they realize we're here?
No, they do not.
Can I say something? Should I say something? Or should? Because I don't want to just attack them.
They seem to be about 3 feet tall, maybe 4.
I don't want to just attack.
Mommy and Daddy Kobolds?
They are a little heavier armored.
Are we about to make orphans?
Why'd you have to make them babies?
Tenderheartedness.
You see the one standing. You see the one standing in front of the archery zone begin to turn to grab a bow to his side. Are you gonna stand there? Or are you gonna move?
Are we just out in the open?
You're just out in the open right now, and you have a glowing short sword.
No, she's
And
got
I have a
glowing
glowing
great
axe.
Well, you can only have one instance of the other. That was
She's-
something that we got wrong in the last video.
Yeah. So I guess I'm glowing now since I cast a new
Right.
and you're not
So
glowing
you
anymore.
have a glowing short sword. Your axe is no longer glowing.
Well, great. I'm now the target. That's
Should've
not-
left it
that's
on
not
me.
right. I quickly give the great axe a rub again for light
Okay.
cantrip, and now she's
So-
glowing again.
As you do that,
We just lost any surprise.
We didn't have a surprise anyway. We're not moving fast enough.
so as you do that, your short sword stops glowing abruptly, and her great axe starts to emit bright white light. However,
to scare them.
the creature closest to the archery range turns and spots all 3 of you.
I'm gonna like shove it at him, like ha! Like shiny brightness.
So you're like 70 feet away.
Oh,
It's
I
not
don't
really going to
care.
do that big.
rip.
I mean, it's lit with torches, so it's not.
It's that big a room.
Yeah, it's a long room.
Because they don't like bright lights. Which I don't know if my character knows that.
Your
I mean,
character's dumb.
if you get close, maybe. You
I
can
just
try
gonna keep my hand.
that. You're just gonna hold it out.
Just gonna wave it.
Like bright light, bright
Kind of
light.
like a torch whenever you're surrounded by scarabs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bright light, back off. Yikes.
I think we're about to get shot.
Please
Okay,
go
so-
on.
He spots
I've
you
got 2
3.
hand
Let's
axes I
see here.
But then I have to drop my great axe.
I have shooting magic.
Alright. So he turns to the one with the giant glowing axe, and he readies an arrow, and he says, "Halt!"
I'm gonna yell back, what?
The other 2, in the room turn and look at you guys as well and draw their weapons.
I'm gonna yell back, what?
Who are you?
They're just travelers looking for a family.
You're in the wrong place here.
Well, obviously not, because you took the family.
We don't know that.
my
doesn't think
family.
so.
You just accuse
We
random
followed-
lizard people of
We
taking
followed
families?
the trail. She has come to the conclusion that she's family.
I don't know what you're talking about, but if you don't get out of here, you're about to be pincushions.
Jesus Christ.
Can I make a surprise attack before they
Sure.
or like a preemptive strike?
Let them.
That's up to you if that's what you want to do.
He's about to kill us.
I mean, they're about to attack us anyway. I'm fight
It's like,
first.
well, hey, have you attacked any families recently?
I attack a lot of families, girly.
Exactly. You have the family.
I cast Ray of Frost at the guy that's
I don't
attacking.
take Brit. Okay.
Are you
Is it a ranged attack?
It is a ranged attack.
I'm
Okay, so roll
distracting
your
them while
attack.
he attacks.
I'm just watching.
She
That's a
doesn't have
19.
range.
I think I hit it.
Yeah, you,
That's a
you
19 plus
definitely
my
hit it.
plus my charisma.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. I'm distracting
pull
them
this
while
a
you attack.
24.
I'm just watching from the back. I'm not gonna get into this.
Ray of Frost.
Ciao.
Alright, so as he's in the middle of his sentence saying, I don't take, you hold up your hand and a frigid beam of blue-white energy streaks forward and strikes into his chest, freezing him immediately in his tracks. Go ahead and roll damage. It's 1d8 cold.
7 damage.
He was about to say I
7
don't
damage?
take families.
Okay. So
7 damage.
as your beam of energy strikes into his chest, his mouth starts to move slower and he says, I don't take no. And he falls over, completely stiff.
Did I get him?
He's dead.
Yes.
Oh wow.
The
No,
other two start
I'm
to
gonna
scurry
turn-
to pull up their arrows and
I'm gonna
knock
turn
their
and look at
bows.
the other two and go, now you give me the information I want.
Might be a good time to threaten him.
Okay.
Can I
Make
intimidate?
an intimidation roll.
Jesus
Can I assist that
Christ.
intimidation roll? And with kind of a, there's more where that came from?
Sure.
Does that mean I get...
You'd get advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that one, it's literally pointed up. I can't tell if it's the 16
Roll
or
it
the
again.
3. Okay, yay, 7.
Is that your advantage?
Yeah,
Rip.
because the other one was a 5.
Maybe I should handle the
Okay.
intimidation.
She's
So
a
you
higher
don't speak your call.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm proficient in intimidation.
Alright.
So am I.
So,
Ah.
Of course, I'm going to choose intimidation.
okay,
Yeah.
so the one that you're looking at immediately, is completely intimidated by you. He looks to you and he's like, oh my gosh, please don't hurt me. But the other one immediately fires an arrow at you.
Dick.
What's your AC?
17.
Okay, it just kind of scrapes off your leather on your clothes
She's going to flip them off.
and just hits the rock behind you. And he's like,
She's going to flip them off
ah.
and say, you going to give me that information or what?
Can I fire a warning ray of frost intentionally not hitting them?
No.
Sure.
Just
If you
fire
want, I
it.
don't care.
Or should I shoot the one that shot?
Shoot the one that shot.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna knock down another one.
Okay,
I guess.
make a
Unless
range
we're
attack.
entering combat,
I mean, so far, no, you haven't yet.
Okay.
It's more conversation and shooting the ones that make me
Oh.
mad.
That's a nice 12.
A 12? That's enough.
Okay.
It's Kobold.
1 to damage.
One,
Wow.
one to damage.
You have no pluses?
Okay.
Not to damage.
Yeah, not yet.
Darn.
Yeah, you don't get damage plus.
Yeah, I
Alright,
don't know, I
so
thought I did.
your beam
So
of
it's kinda-
energy
Oh, wait.
streaks forward.
I do.
Chill him a little bit.
It strikes the kobold with the short bow, and as it does, he kind of shivers for a second, but he readies another arrow. Now everyone roll initiative.
Also, his movement speed is reduced
Yeah, by 10.
Why
I'm just
can
gonna
I
go
not
down.
He says-
roll?
Chilly, and you see kind of frosty breath come out when he says that.
12.
11 for Ren.
11, 12,
14.
and 14. Okay.
Friends! Almost. Except I'm
Okay.
always a little faster.
So the one with the short bow immediately readies an arrow and fires it at you.
I've already
The
got
one who
killed.
just shot at him with the
And I'm about to get shot in the face with an arrow.
with the
Jesus
ray of
Christ.
frost.
Please don't kill my brother.
It completely flies off target and hits the rock beside you, scraping it and shooting sparks out to the side.
I'm very happy.
And he goes, blast it! As the other one draws his short sword and charges after you.
Now, is that in common? Or are they still speaking Draconic?
That was in common.
Okay.
They're not speaking in common at all.
So I'm the only one that can understand.
I just
So-
hear angry grunts and shoot
Yes.
things.
Yes, you
and
did.
gurs and growls and roars.
Alright, so the other one
I'm gonna
charges you
roar
with
at
a
it.
short sword. Your AC again?
17.
17. Alright. So it plunges that short sword. Well, it doesn't plunge. It slices your leg with the short sword. And it deals you. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. 6 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah.
And it says,
Kobold?
eat that, big woman!
Ooh.
Please tell me it's
Fighting
her
words. Fighting words.
Yes, it is.
turn.
It is
How
her.
did you roll high? Lose?
They roll a 16 and a 15.
Stop. I'm gonna go stuff one.
We'll attack a short sword.
Okay.
We're gonna die, guys.
Which one are you attacking?
Nat 20.
Which one are you attacking?
The one with the
With the-
one attack card.
Okay. So you roll a crit. Nice.
I think he's dead.
Roll your damage.
So 6.
Okay.
Is
So
that
roll
bonus?
another
Is that-
another d6.
2.
All right. So that's 4 plus 4. So 8 damage. All right. So as he slices into the barbarian's leg, out of nowhere, coming out of the shadows, you appear with your short sword and pierce him in the face. And he kind of, you watch the light fade from his eyes as he slides off your blade and hits the ground.
Well, now I feel like a dick. God.
You see Cassie just kind of flick her sword and throw the blood off of it and wipe it on her sleeve. It is now you.
Guess I'm gonna go smack the other one.
Okay.
You took mine.
Alright.
I'm fine with it. Oh no, no, no.
You charge forward with your
19.
great axe glowing and swinging through the air.
What is going?
Roll your damage.
Ooh, Jesus Christ. 5
A 5?
total.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 1.
Nice.
On a D12.
Nice.
I
Alright, so
cannot roll.
your axe arcs through the air and manages to pierce into the armor of this last one. It nicks into him, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. He kind of just grunts at the pain and looks up at you and says, "Try again, woman."
But 8 demolished like that, but sure, 5 would be a lot of damage.
I mean, he's also wearing armor too.
That's true.
Your turn. Okay.
Well, I'm going to give him a nice firebolt to the face.
So you cooled him off, bait him, warm him up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a nice guy. Since he was all chilly and breathing frost, I mean, I might as well warm him back up.
He's taking 6
That is a
damage.
1d10. So I'm going to. That's gotta be. That's gonna be a 21.
It definitely hits.
And 1d2. That is a 6.
Okay, so even with his draconic blood resisting the fire, he still manages to take the full brunt of the attack. As it kind of sears through his armor, he screams in agony and falls to the ground.
He's almost
Smoke.
making me feel bad for these things. I mean, what is this?
Alright, so the last one, that ends combat. The last one you just killed, his scream kind of echoes through the hallways.
Great.
But as far as you know, nothing's happened.
I'm gonna loot them and the room.
Okay. You start rummaging through the belongings of these little lizard people.
I got pencil.
And you find a couple silver pieces on each. A dagger on one, a short sword on the other, and a short bow on the other.
Hold on. I need a pencil.
Table behind you.
Do you want to use this one? But it is on the table behind you.
How many
Anyway.
silver?
It's 6 silver in total.
So you said the room was well lit. We can see fairly well see other entrances, exits.
Yeah.
What's our room look like for as far as next path?
So roll me an investigation check
Good.
to see if you find anything of importance.
I got easy.
Just him
I just said he
Let's
was
say
asking.
17.
A 17?
Yes.
Alright, so you, as she's rummaging through the corpses, you're looking at the room with a critical eye. At first glance, it doesn't appear to have anything in the room, except for the entrance that you guys have walked through. However, on your second look through, you spot something almost shimmering in the corner.
I'm going to check it out.
Okay. You walk over there, and you start to place your hand on it, and it kind of starts to go through the wall.
My hand goes through the wall?
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all need to take a look at this.
Okay.
Bring the light.
Okay.
You guys walk over there and see the same.
Shove the shiny thing through the wall.
I don't want to lose my axe.
Well, I mean, it's better than me sticking my arm through the wall.
I'll shove the short sword in it
Okay, just stab
because
it.
I want to keep the short one. She's just gonna stab, not stab the wall, but just slowly kind of put it in,
Okay.
kind of poke it in there.
You do that, but your blade makes no purchase. You feel nothing behind the wall.
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, I was
I'm
about to
gonna
say
stick
this
my
one's
head
gonna go
through the
in.
wall. I'm gonna stick my head through the wall.
Okay.
Poking my head through.
You peek your head through the wall, but with your lack of vision in the dark,
Dang it.
all you see is a pure black, you assume to be hallway.
She's
Could
gonna poke
seriously
through
use
with
the
the
axe
axe.
now.
She's gonna get with the axe. And she
It
said
is-
she's going
I
in
was
too.
gonna say, it'd be so much easier if I just poked
Well,
through.
we don't know that.
That's true.
Because you have secrets.
And you'll have to be careful with your elven abilities too, so you don't reveal your secrets. So what exactly are we doing here?
I think she just pushed me out of the way and walked through the wall with her axe.
Is that what you're doing?
I poked my head through with an axe.
Okay, so you feel something grab your shirt and pull you out as your sister shoves her head into the wall and shoves her axe into the wall after it. Your axe illuminates up to, you said it was 40 feet?
20 feet bright light, 20 feet dim light past that.
Okay, so it illuminates roughly 40 feet into the hallway. You see that it is broken and looks like it hasn't been touched in years. There is no moss in this hallway. It looks to be well built, but at the same time crumbling. There are webs all through the hallway, and there is dust everywhere.
There's gonna be spiders.
Sounds like it.
She's gonna pop her head back in and tell her what she saw.
Okay.
So who wants to walk down the creepy tunnel first? Or do we go back and take the other tunnel?
Or do we take a rest?
I'm fine.
No.
I mean,
You need a healing spell. I need HP.
You'll be fine.
The tank only has 7 left.
That's as much as I've got. Only got 2 more.
I mean, a rest,
Take a
to
short.
be more realistic, it'd have to be like a 10-minute rest, like a short 10-minute rest, and then that would give you
That'd be
the,
enough for a hit die?
Yeah.
So you could use your 1 hit die of restoration in a short rest. Rip. Flying dice.
I threw it. I tried to pick it up. It's over there behind your seat.
Do you want to go ahead and use that?
But, if you guys want to take a short rest, you can.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Take a 10, heal your hit dice.
Okay, so you see on your character sheet how it says your hit die under your HP.
This is a 1
So you'll have at first level a 1d12 plus your Constitution modifier. So you can roll that 1d12 during a short rest to regain that much hit points.
But you can't do it again until after a long rest.
Right.
Plus the con?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's plus the con. As far as I know, it's plus the con. But I do max HP, so yeah, plus the con.
13 back. So I actually gained back more than I had.
Okay, so you
So
go back up to full.
Back to full.
You just needed a quick rest to kind of patch up your gashed leg.
Yeah, I mean, she's proficient in medicine, makes sense.
Yeah.
Need any healing over there? Back to full.
You gonna do it as well?
I'm not hurt.
Okay.
You missed.
Now, do you regain spell slots when you take a rest, or is that just the wizard?
I haven't used spell slots, and my cure wounds takes a long rest, so.
Oh, I got you. All right. I'm following. I thought you used a spell slot for cure wounds. I didn't know you
No,
could.
it's a 1 per long rest.
I got you. All right.
Magic initiate.
So you guys wait around for about 10 minutes, patching up your wounds, what have you. Once you feel sufficiently rested, you stand up to begin your journey again. Now, the question is, do we go down the hallway with the webs, or do we go back the way we came?
I say the hallway with the webs.
Creepy spider hallway? Gotcha. Nah.
There's no other way out of this room.
Right. No,
Well,
there's
we've got
nothing
that
else.
other tunnel back the other way.
Right.
But there should be something important down here if it was important enough that they put some kind of a cloaking spell on the wall.
If they know that they did.
Somebody did. There's something down here. Maybe treasure. We do like the shinies.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's possible. I'm hoping for shinies.
I'm hoping for both.
Thoughts? Cassie? Spider tunnel?
Spider tunnel, yes.
Okay.
Spider tunnel.
So what's your
spider
marching
tunnel.
order going to be this time?
I guess I should probably be in the front. I'm glowing and I've got,
We're still
more
going for
HP.
about another half hour.
Yeah. All right. So, taking place in the front.
Actually,
Hmm?
no. She should be in the front. I should be in the middle with the axe. He should be in the back. She needs to check the traps.
Where do we go first? You down?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be in the back.
She wants to go
Move
back.
back. All right. So
Yeah.
you're gonna take the front.
Yes.
All right. So
Between
Rythan,
two lovely ladies, I'll take it.
Rythan steps to the front,
I'm your twin.
Oh yeah.
placing Ren stepping behind her and Cassie stepping behind Ren, and you start your trek into the hallway. Each one of you vanishing before the next through the wall. As you step in there, you get this very musty scent
Ew.
waft into your senses. It almost smells like nothing has been here in a while. Almost like it's never been used.
Why would they hide it?
Make an insight check.
That is 19 before modifiers.
Okay, so you get the sense that the kobolds did not know this was here.
So if the
Figured that one.
kobolds took the family, they're probably down the other tunnel. But if this was here before the kobolds got here, maybe there's really and truly something cool back here. Let's look for cool things while we're here.
So keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so you continue down the hallway. It goes for about 60 feet. It doesn't take you long to traverse it, but it ends with a iron grate that looks into a room with 4 statues surrounding a sword and a pedestal.
Can I investigate this door and see if there's any way to open it?
Sure.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You see that there used to be a lever on the outside of the door where you guys are standing, but it seems to have corroded. But as far as you know, that was the only way to open the door.
Can we use this short sword and make
I was
a lever?
about to say that.
Because it's an
Twins are
extra.
typically- I mean, Is there a
You
way
can
we
try.
could kind of wedge the short sword in there to use it as a lever?
You can try.
I'll let you do that.
Shunk.
You're the one with the muscles.
So you're gonna let.
Hi.
So are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
She's got the muscles.
So you take the short sword, and you go to wedge it into the hole where the lever was. I'm gonna need you to make a flat D20 roll.
Everyone?
Just her.
Oh.
Hey, baby.
Let that baby roll some dice. Teach him early.
5.
Really?
Okay, so as you try to do it, the minuscule light kind of throws off your aim, and you kind of hit the side of the lever, but you can't seem to get it in there.
Can I try again?
Let me hold the axe. I can at least stand it up and hold it so it
Yeah.
shines.
Yeah, you can try again.
I'm gonna kind of see if I can. It's heavy as crap, so I'm just gonna kind of hold it to where she can see
13.
Okay, so
a little better.
after a little struggle, you finally are able to shink it into the
Shink.
hole.
Shink.
I couldn't think of the right word.
I like it.
Like a shink, like the sound, the
Shink.
sound that it makes as it
Sanky, sanky.
connects to the hole and locks in place.
Not that easy. You can't do it.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Can you open the door now?
I'm gonna try and open the door.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Actually, first, can you check this door for traps?
We're kind of crowding this tunnel.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
What's wrong? No.
Take it you don't see any traps.
What'd you roll?
It's a 7 before modifiers.
As far as you know, there's no traps.
Yeet. She's gonna open the door.
All right, make a strength check.
Open
Oh
the door.
God. Let's see how I roll. I've got a plus 20.
A 20, nice.
I guess.
So it's rusted and corroded, and it seems to be stuck at first, but after one good push, you kind of force it up, and the door slowly starts to open, creaking very loudly, but the grate slides up.
It's like getting there.
Okay, wait. Don't go in the room. Can I magically check the room like an arcana?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
See if
I
you
want
sense
to,
magic or whatever.
Yeah, because she said it was a magical glow toward. That is a 17.
All right. You can tell that something is off in the room. You're not sure what. Not without casting like a sense magic spell.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Or detect magic. But you can tell that there is arcane forces at work here.
This
I mean,
does
that's pretty
not
obvious.
seem super safe,
Do we want to wait and come back later when we're higher level?
but I want the shiny sword.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's a cool sword. It's been locked away for years. The little dragon
Yeah,
dudes
the-
didn't even know it was here.
The handle on the sword is ornate, and the blade seems to be pulsating.
You'd have no use for that, but this one would.
Well, that's what I was meaning. I mean, a barbarian with a magical sword? Yeah.
Oh, but I have to give up my great hand.
Or I can use the sword.
I'm
You can do
I'm
both.
I'm just
down.
gonna go ahead and walk in.
Okay, before you do, I want everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, crap. $16.
Okay.
That's 7.
Okay. Okay. You guys almost feel like something's drawing you, but the feeling quickly resides.
Being the magical person, I'm going to go be brave and touch the sword.
Jesus Christ.
Well, she said that she was going in first.
Oh, you already walked in and then
Yeah.
going to grab the sword? Okay, well, YOLO.
Alright, so is that what you're doing? You're grabbing the sword? Alright,
I
so
thought you were just stepping
you walk into the room. You see that there is a statue of a man wearing flowing robes, making some sort of a physical stance.
No.
You see that there is a statue of a man in armor carrying a kite shield.
This is gonna be heroes.
It
You
does
see that
sound
there is a
like
statue
the
of
heroes.
one wearing a buckler with a scimitar, and you see a statue of one with a longsword and a shield.
This sounds like the legend
Um,
of the place.
It's the 4 heroes. Would I recognize them?
Make a history check.
Maybe with a history
I'm
check.
gonna say she. One thing is she's supposed to know the history well. 15.
And they do appear to be the statues of the four heroes, but you're not entirely sure.
She's just gonna casually lose her.
You reach up and go to grab the sword, and as you do, a grate, well, not necessarily a grate, but like some sort of a magical cage forms around your arm, sealing your arm to the sword, and the four statues step off the pedestals.
Hey guys, we should always check for
All right.
traps.
Everyone roll for
She checked
initiative.
for traps.
No, we checked the door.
Alright, put your minis on
I
here.
always forget about checking traps.
We're gonna say that this right here
Oh, I think this is a magical trap, so
is
I
the
don't think she'd
pedestal
been able to find it
where
anyways.
she's stuck. So this is gonna be where the entrance is, where you guys are.
I tried, I sensed magic, I warned you, I was gonna touch the sword. Bad things.
Great.
Alright,
Did you straight up base them off those minis?
I did.
I like it. Smart dude.
Alright, what did everyone get?
12 for men.
16.
16.
Oh, are you really? I'm distracted. I thought I maybe. 13.
And 13.
The baby's gonna be a YouTube star.
Okay.
Look at
So-
him, tan.
Cassie goes first, then Rythan, and then Rin. Alright. So, Cassie, you are attached to the sword.
Get it up?
Um,
Number 1.
what would you like to do?
I can't get it up.
Y'all are distracted. I cannot understand what he's saying.
Okay, so you're attached to the sword in the pedestal. A magical gate is wrapped around your arm, holding you in place.
I guess try to pull it out of it, see if I can get out of it.
Okay,
How's that pull out game?
make a strength check. A strength saving throw, whatever, what have you.
Should roll strength.
It'll be on the
So far,
first
one
page.
Add your strength modifier.
Well, no, it'd
An
be the
8?
save modifier.
Right, that's
So
what,
she
that's what
has-
she's looking at.
Okay.
Alright, so she got an 8. So you start to pull with all your might, but your arm is not moving. You can't even get your fingers to answer to your commands. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
Okay. Right then, you're next.
Can I move and try and break the prison on her arm?
I mean, you can, but you're going to be running through two statues who will make opportunity attacks on you.
Well, I don't know that they're straight up attacking.
They stepped off the pedestals, and their weapons are ready. And you rolled for initiative.
I would say they're dangerous. Just gonna throw that out there.
Okay, fine. I guess I'm gonna step up to that one.
Try and break a statue.
I'm gonna step up to that one and try and break it. Which is that one?
Okay. It's the one with the long sword and the shield.
Oh, it's the one whose sword we're stealing.
Oh, probably.
Alright, roll your attack.
Guys.
We should have gone for the one on the roads. He's probably more squishy.
Okay.
Not one.
So,
Wow.
you grab up your greatsword from your brother, and you pull it up with a flourish.
That's why I didn't even have it.
And you swing it into an upward arc. But as you do, you hit his shield, and it reverberates through your great axe, making you drop it to the ground.
Great. Oh no, I dropped it,
Rin,
man.
your turn.
Well, that's not good. Thank you. I'm going to
Okay. Okay.
cast Firebolt on the statue to my left.
Okay.
The little short, squatty statue.
Okay. The
Yeah,
one
save
with the
your
buckler.
sister.
That is an 18 plus 5 is 23.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. 210. That is a nice 3 damage.
3 damage?
Yep.
Alright, so you lift your hand, and in front of your palm, a flaming ball of energy begins to form. The arcane energy cracks off of it and fires towards this first statue, striking it on the shield.
By the way, just character preference. I super do this finger gun style.
Okay, so instead of doing the palm, you point your finger and it kind of forms in front of your finger, and you shoot the finger gun at it, striking his shield, putting flames over the entire statue. It doesn't seem to budge.
He's got a shield too?
Yeah, he's got a buckler.
Goodness. Turd.
As far as you know, it did nothing.
I'm gonna.
Huh?
Can you take him so I can provide?
Okay, yeah, I can.
I'm sorry. Bad timing, but he's hungry.
Well, would you be able to hold him? I gotta take the turn of these guys. Okay. So,
YouTube gold.
the statue with the long sword and the
Parenting will
shield
play D&D.
turns to you, Rythan, and is going to make a longsword attack. You manage to move out of the way as the longsword cracks to the ground and makes a loud boom.
Hallelujah!
The dust kind of rises around the sword and then falls back in place. The next one is going to move one step closer to Cassie. The next one is going to move one step closer and make a fist attack at Cassie.
Ouch.
What's your AC?
14.
Okay,
Ouch.
so you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it cracks you in the ribs. The next one is going to step one step closer to Cassie. Come here, baby. And we're back to
D&D
Cassie.
and parenting. It's your turn.
How not to do it?
Baby boy, you're just gonna grow up to be a nerd like that.
Do what?
She rolled a 20 to try and break free.
Okay. So you struggle and struggle and struggle, but after a few seconds pass, you manage to get your fingers to react, and you yank your arm from the confines of the machine. As you do, the gate around it shatters, and the statues immediately stop moving.
Hallelujah!
Confused. But we want the sword. Dang it.
I'm gonna go crack the sword.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
I assume it's broken.
Alright, so you walk up to the sword
I don't think that's a good idea.
beside Cassie, and you reach in and wrap your hand around the ornate handle.
I'm super
As you
shaking
do,
my head right
the
now.
gate forms again around your arm, sealing
make a
you in
dex
place. Sure. Make a dexterity saving throw. See if you can pull your arm out before it
Because I
falls.
knew it might happen. Hey, baby. 19.
Okay, so you reach in, and as you go to touch the sword, you get this sense that something's about to happen, and you pull your hand out immediately.
It's like, okay, guys, we still can't get the sword.
So wait, if the cage closes but her hand wasn't in it, what happened?
The
Did it
cage
just
never
disappear?
Okay, so she got this weird sense that
So she
something
got
was
it off
about to
before the
happen.
cage came up.
So she pulled her hand back before touching the sword.
Gotcha.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, you just
Huh.
yeet.
So, can I look around the room a little bit and see if I see anything helpful?
sure.
That's probably a good idea. See if there's anything to stop
That is
us.
a 20 for my investigation roll.
Alright, so looking around the room, you see that there are the 4 pedestals that the statues were initially standing on. In the center of the room is a smaller pedestal with that sword attached to it. And across the room is another gated doorway. But there's
Any kind of
nothing else.
inscriptions on the pedestal?
On the floor around the room, there looks to be a giant magic circle, but there are no inscriptions anywhere.
I feel like this is something we should come back to, guys.
You said there was another gated doorway on the other side.
Oh, God.
Yes, and there is a handle, a ringed handle attached to a chain beside it.
How much you want to bet that's going to lead to the sword, to the shield, or to one of the other's weapons?
I'm gonna yank the chain.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
move
you
your
make
way
my
through the
chain,
statues and the others in your party, and you grab the chain and pull it, and you hear machinery start clinking behind the scenes, and the gate roll into the top, revealing a dark hallway in front of you.
No.
We got a dragon.
How?
So can someone else go down the hallway first? He's offended
You
at the
took
taking
his
of the
dragon!
dragon. Dude likes his real dragon.
I guess I'll go down the hallway. He's got to eat. We can't chew on a balloon.
Alright, so Rythan's going down the hallway.
Yeah.
Alright,
With
so
the shiny sword. The shiny axe.
alright, so by this point your axe has maybe 10 minutes left on the spell.
I feel like I would know that.
You would. You do know that.
Can I reapply?
Sure.
A nice note.
It's like
Extra
sun-
stroke.
It's like sunscreen. You gotta reapply it.
Right.
You reach into the pouch behind you, and you take out a little jar containing a pile of flash bugs, kind of blinking and flying around the jar. And as you do, you crush it and you rub the essence on her axe, and it begins to glow.
I like it.
That's horrific.
Well, that's how the spell's supposed to work.
I like it. I squished some bugs and I rubbed the tip.
Okay, so you start your trek down the hallway, and you see that it's not quite as out of shape as the first, but it is definitely covered in dust. It has not been used. Down the hallway a little ways, you see that there is a large metal door with a keyhole. And
It's
Not a
like
keyhole.
it's just a plain metal door, and in the center of the door is a keyhole.
Can I push on the door?
You can.
Does it move?
No, not at all.
Can I bang on the door?
You can.
Does it do anything?
It goes boom. Doesn't even sound hollow.
That's a thick door.
Can I try and knock it down?
Sure.
Like, barrel run it? Boom.
Sure.
I seem to recall this from
Make
another
your
game.
strength check.
I charged the door.
Are you thinking of Leroy?
No.
Okay, I was like, I don't think
We're
so.
talking about Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a barbarian
A 7?
household who-
Alright, so
Nope.
you're getting frustrated because you're not. This isn't doing anything that you're wanting it to do. So you plant your axe into the ground. You back up a good ways, and you take a running barrel run straight into the door. And as you strike it, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the ground after hitting what felt like an unmovable object.
Can I try again?
Okay, wait.
You also have a pounding headache.
We have a rogue who might know how to pick a lock. Let's take 2 seconds and ask our friend.
I like
For
to
help.
be straight.
I know. I'm well aware. But you could also get knocked on your butt again.
Hey, Rogie.
No, I'd like to keep watching you do this.
She wants to see you
I
charge the
guess
door
I'm doing it one more time.
She wants to see you run into
Roll
that door
strength check.
one more time.
7!
Okay, again, the same thing happens.
Jesus Christ!
Although your headache is now a lot worse.
Y'all, my character officially knows how I feel like when I have a migraine. I guess I'm gonna take the 1 point of damage again.
Yes.
Yeah, limited by your HP on how many times you can run into this door. That and brain cells. Please help.
She's gonna look at you laying on the ground like, got me.
So, what would that be? A dexterity roll for thieves' tools?
I think for thieves tools it is a dexterity roll of some kind.
Okay, so make a dexterity
Thieves'
saving
tools.
throw.
I've never used thieves'
I haven't either. I'm gonna say it like it's like that till I find out otherwise.
18.
An 18. All right, so
Yeah, that was a lot of damage.
she reaches into a pouch behind her and she pulls out this leather compartment tied with a string. She unties the string and it rolls out, and you see a bunch of collections of different picks and tools.
Ooh, shiny.
She pulls out one that she thinks is about the right size after checking with a bunch of her different tools to match up the size. She puts it into the hole and starts to work it. After a couple of seconds, I need you to roll dexterity saving throw one more time.
You do it with your hands.
19.
19. Something flickers in your eye, and you jump back, and a stream of flame blows around the door.
God.
Hey guys, we probably should check the door before I started running into it because I didn't think about it.
I think the door's trapped.
However, your thieves' tool pick that you stuck in there is now gone.
Roasted. Dang.
Oh,
Thanks, y'all.
Does it appear to have been a one-shot trap, or is that going to activate every time we try to pick the lock?
You can try it. Try investigating it, see if you can see anything. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana check? Okay. That is a 21.
Alright, you can tell that it is heavily enchanted.
Dang. I don't think we're getting through this door. I don't know how to get rid of magical.
I think this is something we should come back to. The door.
And that whole family we're trying to save, yeah, they're probably gone.
Hey, I wanted to go back down before this.
I don't know how we're getting the shiny sword.
We can come back when we're higher.
Hey,
Maybe we'll be sitting.
while you're up, walk around there and tell me what the camera's at.
I don't know how to get rid of the
Time for
magic
it.
tingles.
Tell me how long we've been recording.
49, 47.
Alright,
10 minutes.
we're gonna...
10 minutes. What we got?
This, okay. We're gonna end it here.
But I want the sword.
Because we're running out of time on the camera. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you for watching. We will pick back up in hopefully a week. If not, it'll be in 2 weeks, and we'll try to get the game back up on a Sunday. If you liked the video, again, like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon for any kind of notifications for our content.